Hello friends, I'm Shane Desai and here I am with one more new video with a new topic, and today's topic is types of communication. But before diving directly into the types of communication, it is really important to understand what actually communication skills or communication is. I will cover this topic into two videos. So this is going to be the first video of this topic in which we will discuss what actually is communication. So let's move to the next slide. Now this is the question, right? What is communication? You can say that this is an introductory video where we will understand the word communication, from where it has been derived, from which language particularly it has been derived, and what is the role of communication in our society, especially for human beings. So the first point, the word communication has been derived from the Latin word communicare and communis. So this is the word from which our English word communication has been derived, the Latin word communicare or communis. Second point, in English, communicare means to share or transmit. So this is what the Latin word means, to share or transmit. Now when I am telling what to share or transmit, what actually that means? To share the ideas, to transmit the ideas, thoughts, emotions which are going on into our mind, right? So communication shares or transmits our ideas, thoughts into a verbalized manner in the form of words to another person, and that is the basic understanding of communication, the sharing of our ideas, thoughts, emotions, feelings to other person from the medium, with the medium of our words. So human beings cannot live without communication. Even a small baby cries to make understand others its need. So this is one of the first objectives, that human beings cannot live without communication. Since we humans are socialized animal or social animal, it is mandatory for us to communicate, to have conversation with our fellow beings. Even this is an example that even a small baby cries in order to communicate what he or she needs. So that crying is a way of a medium of communication by which the parents understand that the baby is in some sort of problem, or the baby is hungry, or the baby needs some kind of attention. And not only human being, if we extend this point, then like all the living beings, like animals also communicate. They have their own method of communication, their own symbols, their own system of communication. Even scientists have also proved that the trees communicate. But at the utmost, at the topmost comes human beings. We cannot live without communicating. We cannot live without having conversation with whatsoever, with our beloved one, with fellow human beings. So it is necessary, it is mandatory for human beings to communicate. Now the fourth point talks about the objective, the purpose, that why human beings need to communicate. Communication is considered a very basic or fundamental need of an individual or organization. Okay, this point shows communication in an organization or from a business point of view, from a commercial purpose, right? It is considered a very basic skill or basic fundamental need, actually fundamental need for any individual or organization. So if you are working in an organization, or there is an organization, the first and foremost fundamental need or objective is to communicate, to have conversation, to share your ideas, thoughts, plans with the other person, with your higher authority. And that is the first basic and fundamental need. The existence of any organization is on communication, right? So a organization, a company, or any institution is established or is standing on communication. Without any communication, it would be a great fiasco, it would be a great failure. The organization cannot stand. Sixth point, communication allows the functioning of any company, organization, and achieve its objective. So this is also one of the objectives, that communication allows the smooth functioning. If a person communicates, if an individual communicates with the organization, with their fellow co-workers and all, then the functioning, the running of the organization becomes very smooth, and it allows to achieve the goals, the targets, the objective of that particular institution or organization. An individual communicates 75% of its working time, an organization communicates 90% of its working time. So this is a kind of factual data, statistical data, that an individual communicates 75% in its work time, at its workplace, in his working time, and an organization communicates 90%. So you can see that the whole foundation of an organization, or be it in that case an individual, is standing on communication. So communication is the basic necessity, fundamental necessity of an individual as well as an organization. 8 point, communication is an art of sharing meaningful ideas, information, knowledge, experience and feelings. It is a natural activity for humans to convey ideas in written or spoken form. So this is a basic definition, you can say, and I already explained that communication is an art of sharing, right? The word communication itself means communicare, communis itself means to share ideas, information, knowledge, experiences, feelings, your plans, and it is a kind of natural activity. It is not a man-made activity. It is a natural activity which is an inbuilt quality of human being, that if you are born as in the form of human being, then it is a fundamental quality, natural quality, that you need to communicate either in written form, in spoken form, or in verbal form. Spoken form, that means in verbal form. So moving to next slide. So these are various definitions of communication which are given by certain theorists, certain scholars, right, in some books. So the first definition, on the left hand side you can see that the development of the word communication. First came the two Latin words communicare, which means to share, communis, which means to transmit, and then from that two Latin words came communication. So that is a kind of flow chart, that how the English word communication came into existence. So the first definition, according to W.H. Newman, so this is the guy, W.H. Newman gave this definition: communication is an exchange of facts, ideas, opinions or emotions by two or more persons. So you can see here I have highlighted the word sharing. Here exchange means to share, and you will feel that there would be a kind of similarity in all the four definitions, because at the end of the day all the definitions are intertwined or interspersed with each other, because it is giving or defining the same word, that is communication. So according to Newman, communication is an exchange of facts. Exchange of facts means a person, two or more persons are sharing their facts, ideas, opinions or emotions, and that is what creates a communication cycle. There is a speaker, there is a receiver. The speaker or the sender sends the message, the receiver receives the message via a channel, and this is how that takes place, the exchange of message, the exchange of ideas, the exchange of facts, and that is how the whole process of communication, the whole cycle of communication takes place. So this is what W.H. Newman told. The second definition is by the American Management Association. So this is this is not an individual but an American Management Association, AMA, that is the short form of it, defines communication as any behavior that results in an exchange of meaning. So again there is the common word exchange. So this association emphasized on the word meaning, exchange of meaning. So whatsoever an individual or organization is communicating, there should be a meaning. The centrality of the communication should be a meaning, that in the when a person communicates, the receiver should derive meaning out of it, and this is what the American Management Association says. The third definition is by Peter Little, again a scholar, or you can say a theorist or a communication scientist, and he says that communication is the process by which informations are transmitted between individuals or organizations so that an understanding response results. Right, understanding response results. So this is what Peter Little says, and again it is a process. That means the communication takes place into a form of process of sharing information, transmitting information. So you will find similarity between the first definition and the third definition. It is transmitting messages, information between individuals or organizations, and it derives responses. It gets by sharing one information, the sender also hopes for the feedback, and that is when the whole process of communication gets completed, or else it can be there would be a breakdown in the process of communication cycle, right? This is what Peter Little says. So the fourth definition is by Alan Lewis. Alan Lewis says that communication is the sum of all the things one person does when he wants to create an understanding in the mind of another. It involves a systematic and continuous process. Again, you can see the similarity of word. It is a process. So communication is the sum of all the things one person does when he wants to create an understanding. So this is a kind of process when a sender or a person does in order to convey the message, in order to convey the person what he wants to tell, what is in his mind. So this is a process of conveying what actually is going in the mindset of that particular person, that particular sender, and it involves a systematic and continuous process. So it is a systematic, it is not a random process, it is a systematic and continuous process, and that is what, according to Alan Lewis, communication is. So this was all about the definitions of communication, and this is a short video where I wanted to just discuss the word communication, and in the next video I will just show you the glance. We will discuss types of communication, and these are the types of communication: vertical communication, horizontal communication, right? These 4 types will be discussed in the next video. So this video will be a short video, right? And in the next video I will detailedly discuss about the types of communication. So thank you for watching my video.